Hi, and welcome to Fit and Fun. This program is recommended for ages 5 and up, but it's strongly recommended that adults are with it. Now, depending on the exercise, you might want to have this for older kids, 7 and up instead of the younger ones. Some of these you may have to have for older. It's not suitable for the young. The reason I'm saying this, I want to go ahead and go straight into our disclaimer. Make sure, parents, that you have consulted with a physician and have been cleared to do this exercise program. Your child is cleared to do it, as well as you are also cleared to do this program, because you need to be with your child during this, okay? Make sure you're all clear. Now let's go ahead and proceed and go over the things we're going to need for this program. As always, have water. You need to hydrate yourself throughout the exercise. So make sure you have water. If your child prefers, you can have Gatorade, Powerade, or Pedialyte. It's good because you get the electrolytes in. If you're doing with water, like Miss Victoria is, make sure to finish off the exercise at the end when you're resting. Finish off with a Gatorade, Powerade, or Pedialyte. So make sure it's in the fridge, nice and cool. Unless you have a cooler, have it inside the cooler so once you're done, you can get that right out, okay? Other thing we're going to be needing is a towel. I know, why do I need a towel? I have a headband, I know. But in case you sweat, and you don't want it into our eye, because that's not really good if you're trying to exercise and you have sweat in your eye. Not only that, it could fall on the floor. Today we're not doing any floor exercises, but we don't want it to fall on the floor and then you forget and then somebody walks by and they slip. Be very careful. Make sure you have the towel in handy. I don't have it, but an optional thing I like to mention is if you have a mat, yoga mat, or any type of mat, that will be also something good to have as well, because you can also wipe that off later. That's an option you can have. So what we're going to go ahead and do is our stretches. Now the exercises we're going to be doing today deal with our upper body. So we're going to bring back our other stretch where we have our arms. I like to keep my arms here. You can also keep it at your waist if you like. And you're going to turn completely to the side because you want to get that stretch here. And we're going to do 3 on each side. But you can also do 5 on each side to make it a set of 10. Okay? The other one we're going to be doing is doing with our arms. So our second stretch is going to be doing circles in that stretch on our rotator cuff. Okay? We're going to do at least same, I would say 3 forward and 3 back. Okay? We'll go into that in a second. Let's go ahead and start with our first stretch. And remember, when you're stretching, if you feel too much pain when you're stretching, stop. Okay? Pause the video. You might have to do less. You may have to do it slower. For example, if I'm going like this, and you're doing, by the time you train this way, you feel it hurting, stop right here. Don't do it any further. You don't have to do it all the way. You can do it up to where your body can handle, okay? Be very careful because it stretches. You want to get the muscle nice and warmed up. You don't want it too loose and you don't want it too tight, because when you do the exercise, you might end up pulling something, right? So let's go ahead and begin. Make sure your feet are kind of about your shoulder width. You want to keep it there. You don't want it too stretched. You want to keep your legs together. No, we want to get that nice shoulder width so that way you have a good stance and balance, okay? So I'm going to keep my arms here. You can keep on the rest if you like. So here we go. We're going to do our first 3 over here, and then we'll switch over to the other side, okay? So let's go ahead and begin. 1. I'll make sure you pause in between each one because we want that nice stretch right here. And of course, also on your hip. Okay, you bring it back to the center. Let's go ahead and do 2 more times. 2. Hold it. Very good. And the last one, I like to hold it a little bit longer than the rest, because you want to get that full stretch. And bring it back center. Very good. Now let's move it over to the other side, okay? 1. Very good. Try to keep your feet pointed forward. Your knees can move, that's fine, but try to keep your feet pointed straight. Very good. And let's do our last one. Hold it. Make sure that we're breathing in between. And Good. All right. All right, let's go ahead and shake it off a little bit. The next one we're going to do is our arms. Now, on this one, we're going to do our circles going forward, and we're going to do a set going back. Now, I'm going to show you 3 different ways you can do it. First way, obviously keep your feet nice and down. You can do a small circle, going forward, small back. You can do a medium, forward, back. Or you can also do, to get a real good stretch, do a big one, forward, and back. Okay. We're going to do that 3 times. Okay, we're going to do 3 forward and we're going to do 3 back. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of do like, I would say that I'm going to go with the big one myself, but you can also do medium like I showed you, and you can also do the small. I want to get a good stretch, so I'm going to go with the large circles. Ready? Now make sure you take your time. 1, 2, 3. Now you can feel it beside your arm. You're really feeling it in that shoulder, okay? So be very careful. If you feel the pain, stop or go to a smaller circle. Then go back. 1, 2, and our last one. Very good. Okay, you might have to shake off the shoulders. If you need to, shake those arms. Now the first exercise we're going to be doing out of the 2 is going to be called back turns. It's kind of like the stretch that we did when we were going this way. However, it's a little different. It's going to keep our hands on our waist. And what you're going to do is the opposite arm, you're going to turn to the opposite direction. So I'm going to start off, for example, I'm going to go to my left, but I'm going to use my right arm as my little base pointer here. You're going to go like this. That's your 1. Bring it back to your center. 2, go the opposite direction. Use your left arm to point and bring it back. Okay? We're going to do 20 of those. You can stop at 10, obviously. If it's too much, stop at 10. Pace-wise, you can go slow. You can also speed it up. That's all up to you. Remember, you can always pause once you know how the exercise is. You can pause it and do those 20 at your own pace. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and begin. I'm going to go ahead and keep my legs about the same width. You can also bring them together to feel more comfortable. I'm going to keep mine at my shoulder. This is just for me. All right, so keep your hands on your waist. All right, and we're going to go ahead and begin. So make sure you're in your position. All right, ready? Go ahead and begin, and we're going to start our 20, okay? Get your arms ready and ready. Here we go. 1, 2. Make sure you take your time. There's no need to rush. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can stop here if you need to. 11. You can speed it up. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Very good. Go ahead and take about, I say pause right now. Go ahead and take about 20-25-second break. Go ahead and get some water if you need some water. You Gatorade, Pedialyte, Powerade, whatever. Just get yourself hydrated. You just want a little bit of water. You don't want to drink too much. You want just enough to help you stay hydrated. You need the towel. Use the towel to wipe yourself if you need to. You got any sweat. Now, both our stretches work perfectly with the exercise because our second exercise is going to be called lateral arm circles, okay? Now this one, just like we're doing, but instead of the big circles like I was doing in the stretch, I'm going to keep it small. Now what you're going to do is you're only going to do forward. If you want to change it up and do the circles going back, that's up to you. That's an option you can do. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go do a circle forward, but at the same time, you're gonna take a step back. You're gonna alternate your legs. 1, 2, and 3. And we're just gonna keep going like that until we get up to 30. You can break it apart in sets of 10. You can break it apart 15 if you want. Or if it's too much, just stop at 15. Okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go straight with our 30. Kind of keep your feet together on this one, at least a little space. And go ahead and begin. 1, 2, and it's gonna be like you're walking. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Could be going 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You stop where you need to. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Very good. Do our last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28, 29, and finish off 30. Very good. At this point, you're probably feeling in your shoulders, unless you stopped at you just set to 10 and you took a break in between. You're going to fill in the shoulders. You might want to go ahead and do a couple more turns. Kind of, you want to cross your arms with the blood flowing in between. Very good. Go ahead and make sure you, once you finish, go ahead and drink a little water. Remember, not too much. If you're not done, you're like, you know what, I can still keep going. Go ahead, do another set of 20 of our back turns. Do another set of 30 of the lateral arm circles if you like. If you want to change it up and do a different set in between, you can do 20 side bends, and you're going to go and kind of bend yourself sideways. You want to get that long stretch, okay? You can also do 20 knee rises. Remember, we go alternate leg and arm. Do at least 20 of those. Take a break. If you're done, great. If not, switch. So you can do our back turns, lateral arms, side bends, knee rise, go back to back turn, and finish off with the lateral arm circles. You can do 3 sets if you like. But remember, you don't want to overdo it. If this is the first time you're trying this out, I suggest just sticking to 1 set, because you can always add more. Instead of 20, you can add more on the back turn. You can add more to the lateral arm circles, okay? Don't always over push yourself, okay? You gotta keep yourself to a certain limit, all right? Now, like I always want to do, your heart rate is racing up right now. We're gonna do a breathing exercise, okay? I want you to breathe through your nose, and you're gonna breathe out through your mouth. I like to use my arm to demonstrate breathing in and breathing out, okay? So I'm gonna do that 5 times. So just breathe in through our nose, breathe out through our mouth. Make sure to try to do it slowly. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Keep going. And the last one, let's do a deep breath. So let's get a really big one. You can fill those lungs. Ready? Hold it. Let it out, very good. Now, I want to go ahead and recommend, make sure to look at some library resources I'm going to recommend for y'all. Now, when you're doing these library resources, you want to look for some books to put on hold and pick up curbside that deal with exercising, different techniques. Not only that, you need to combine it with healthy foods. You need to look at some cookbooks that have healthy recipes, because when you're exercising, you want to have that nice balance of food, protein, and of course your veggies. You want to keep that balance together. You don't want McDonald's and junk food a lot mixed with exercising. It'll slow you down a little bit. So check out those books as well. put them on hold, pick them up curbside. Last but not least, remember, go to our Facebook and YouTube channel, which is Corpus Christi Public Libraries, to look at all the videos that we are offering. If you want a full list, check out our website, cctexas.com/library, and click on the link for virtual programming. It'll give you a full list of all the programs that all the youth service librarians are offering. Not only that, if you need help finding books to put on hold that deal with fitness and exercising and healthy foods, check out new online browsing options, new book alerts, author checks, and of course, book newsletter. And I will see you next time. Bye.